Welcome everyone to day one of our 3-day event around mindset and magnetism. So during this event, we're going to be diving into tools that will help us to gain clarity and vision on what it is we truly want in our life in this place of connection to our true authentic self. So not what anyone else wants for us, not what we think we should want, but from what do I truly want, and beginning to ask ourselves these key questions. And then tomorrow, Patty's going to take you through an exercise on how to let go of resistance. So as we begin to gain clarity around what it is we want, as we begin to set these new goals, sometimes resistance begins to show up. And resistance is often just a protection mechanism. So we're going to work to overcome any of these fears and limiting beliefs, let them go and break through. And then day 3, we're going to move into fully stepping into this vision. So day 3 is all about embodiment, becoming the vibrational match to what it is you want to call into your life, and really setting the foundation, which is the habits that we do on a day-to-day basis that propel us to where we want to go, or that keep us where we're at. Our life is based on the decisions we make on a continual basis. So once we form new positive habits that support where we want to go, and we have this vision, we're connected to this feeling, and we've let go of the resistance and the fear that may be blocking us and keeping us feeling stuck in where we're at, we can move towards this goal with ease. So we're just going to do a quick we're going to do a short training on each of these aspects. We dive deep into all of this and so much more during our 6-month coaching program. So if you're interested, you can send us a message on that, and we dive deep into all these tools on visioning and really letting go of why is it that we don't reach our goals. And so much of that has to do with what's running within our subconscious, because 95% of our behavior on a day-to-day basis is actually controlled by our subconscious patterns and thoughts that are running in the background. So it's not until we become aware of these programs that are running within our mind that we can begin to break through them and let them go and plant these new seeds that really serve what it is we truly want within our life. So today's session is all about gaining clarity on this bigger vision. What is it that I really want? Why am I here? Who am I here to serve? And what would that feel like? So before we get started for today, I just want to let you know that there is a PDF download that is available for each day, where it has some self-inquiry questions that we'll be going through during the live calls. So I invite you to download that and follow along. And really, I encourage you also to pick up a pen or write it on your computer, whatever feels more natural for you, but to really allow yourself the time and space to ask yourself these questions and to write out your answer. Because writing and journaling, especially when we work with self-inquiry questions, it's like we're having a conversation with ourselves. And from this, we're able to gain so much clarity, because maybe there's something that you think that you want in your life, but as you begin to write it out and begin to allow it to expand, maybe it begins to shift. Maybe you're like, do I really want that? Or is that just something that I feel I should want, or I've come this far and I feel like I can't change trajectory, or whatever that thought is. We want to become aware of the limitations, the resistance that comes up to our goals, which is part of this exercise, and that is really helpful to do in a journaling exercise. And we all know this in the way that sometimes something's brewing in our mind for a while. We're going back and forth, and we don't know what we think about it. And the moment we start speaking out loud to someone else, we're able to gain clarity, and through just voicing this. And so journaling is like you're having a conversation with yourself. You're voicing it, and it's being reflected back at you. So I encourage you to take the time to really, really reflect on these questions that we dive into each day. And so, um, and so after we go through a little summary of this, we're going to do a meditation and breathwork journey that's going to allow you to go deeper and really work with the subconscious mind, because breathwork helps to take us into this expanded state of awareness. So it helps us to go beyond our analytical thinking, judgmental mind that may have some of these conditioned beliefs around what we're capable of, what we should want, what we're worthy of, all of these things. And we begin to work with more with the subconscious. What is under the surface? Because the conscious mind is just the tip of the iceberg, but the real what is controlling all of our thoughts and behavior is actually underneath the surface. And this is within the subconscious. So breath work and meditation gives us a tool to drop into this relaxed and expanded state of being, where we're able to look at what arises. We're able to gain clarity, become an open channel for whatever message, whatever guidance is wants to come through. And then we come back after the breathwork session, and we get to reflect on what it is that came up, and we gain insight, and then we take action on this insight. And this is really where the power to create change happens, is that inspired action piece, which we're going to move into more in day 3. So I'd like we'll just go through the questions now. I'd like you to sit just in a relaxed state of being. If it feels good for you, you can allow your eyes to gently close, relaxing the shoulders back and down. Beginning to take a deep breath in, filling the lungs fully, feeling that full expansion. And letting go through the mouth with a sigh, letting go of any tension, any tightness, as you bring your full awareness to this moment in time. And from this relaxed state of being, beginning to ask yourself, what is it that I truly want? What is it that I want to call into my life? We're entering this new year. We're still in January 2022, entering this new year. What is it that you really want in your life? Maybe it's related to health. Maybe it's related to a relationship. Maybe it's related to your career, whatever it is that you truly want, identifying this, maybe the external goal. And getting very clear on this, clear on the vision. What does this look like? Get specific with it. Really paint the picture within your mind's eye of what is it that I truly want? What is it that I'm longing to experience? And then moving on to the next question of, how do I want to feel? Or how will this make me feel? Like every time we long for something outside of ourselves, at this external desire, usually we're longing because we think that this external desire is going to make us feel a certain way. So looking at this desire for what it is that you want, this goal, this vision, and what would that feel like to have it right now? And using your imagination, using your visualization to paint this picture so clear that you can begin to feel what it would be like to have this within your body. Maybe you feel this excitement, this joy begins to arrive within the body. Maybe this feeling of openness, of expansion, as you tune into this vision. And as you do this, just become aware of if there are any blocks coming up. That small voice within the mind that says, oh, but you can't have this because, or that's too hard, or that's not achievable, you're not capable of that, that could never happen. Whatever that limiting, restricting voice is, if there's any of that coming up, just become aware of it. These are our limiting subconscious beliefs. And so as we begin to become aware of these beliefs, we can begin to work with them. But the first step in making any positive change is awareness. And so why is it important to have this crystal clear vision? Well, for one, there is a part of our brain that's called the reticular activating system. And this is a part of our brain that one of its jobs is to filter incoming information, external, and filter external stimuli. And so, as we have this clear vision of what we want, we have our goals of what we want to attain, what we're working towards, then, and we focus on this every single day, we see this vision, we feel this vision within our body, then this is what your mind begins to look for. Because you can then train your mind to begin working for you. And so maybe you'll begin to see new opportunities, new potentials that you never saw before, because it's like you're shifting your reality tunnel. You're opening in it to look for these new potentials. And instead, some of us maybe get in the pattern or just the habit of living from a state of fear or from a state of worry. And this is what we choose to focus on. This is where we choose to place our energy. And when we do this, this is what you are going to call into your life. When you focus on what you don't want, you're still in a state of creation. We're always creating based on our thoughts and based on the energy that we're emitting. So whether we focus on what we do want and how we do want to feel and actually creating and cultivating that feeling from within, or whether we focus on what we don't want and what we're fearful and worrisome of, that's where your energy is going. So making the conscious choice to focus on what it is that you truly want. But the first step is to have the clear vision. Tune in with the feeling. What does this feel like? And we want to always become the vibrational match to what it is we want to attract. So if, for example, you want to feel, you want a partner, you want to call in your soulmate, but you're coming from this place of lack, of separation, and this is the vibration that you are resonating at. Instead, we want to use these tools like meditation, like visioning, like breath work, to shift our state, to raise our vibration to that of love, of joy, of connection, of enoughness, feeling enough and whole just as we are. And sometimes it's hard to do that just through the mind alone. So this is why breath work is an amazing practice that really helps us to shift our energy. So this is why we're going to dive into breath work each day, but also the power of visioning or using creative visualization. So this is a really powerful tool on its own. You can actually form new neural pathways within the brain by using creative visualization on a regular, habitual basis. There's been research done where they've looked at the brain scans of two groups of people. One group of people that was actually trained to play the piano or taught to play the piano, and they actually did it in the physical world. And then there was another group that was taught to play the piano as well, but instead of actually playing, they just visualized themselves playing the piano. And what they found was that both of these groups had new neural pathways formed within the brain. So you can actually change your brain by visualization alone. But when you couple this with an elevated emotion, this is where the real power lies. So tuning in with a feeling of what it is you want on an elevated emotional scale. So a clear intention tied to an elevated emotion. This is where your power lies, because we all know this. The things that we remember the most, the things that actually form these imprints within our mind from our past experiences, are often linked to an intense emotion, whether that is an elevated, expanded emotion or maybe a negative emotion. Those are the things we tend to remember the most, and that influence our behaviors and decisions. Because it comes in our subconscious. And so this is how you can access your subconscious, by having this clear intention tied to this elevated emotion, using the power of creative visualization, self-inquiry to gain clarity, and breath work to actually change your physiology, raise your vibrational energy. So this is what we're going to dive into over these 3 days. And as you notice any of these fears or resistance that's coming up, if you notice any of these subconscious beliefs, instead of resisting it and trying to push it back down, we want to allow it. We want to look at it from this lens of compassion, because it really is coming from a place of your mind is trying to protect you. And so anytime you feel this limiting belief come up, like you want to look at why am I afraid of this? What is the fear? And so you can begin to ask yourself, what is one fear I have around achieving this goal? So if I were to achieve exactly what I want, if I had this vision, what is one fear I have around this? And maybe you'll say, I don't have any fears. This is what I truly want. But if you really dive deep, like, there is usually something. So if you really want it, you think you would have been taking the actions to actually get there. But if you're being pulled back and met with this resistance, usually there's something in the subconscious that we want to work with and that we want to let go of. And so simply asking what fear is arising, we can begin to look at this. And then once you identify the fear, you want to ask, what is this block or this fear trying to do? How is it trying to help me? How is it trying to protect me? Because that is what it's trying to do. And then you can look at it from this place of compassion and say, is this serving me? Is this serving my highest potential? Do I want to choose to believe this anymore? And then you can begin to reprogram. You can begin to plant a new seed, plant a new intention. And you can begin to look for examples of how you can have both, how you can have your goal, your vision, and also you can have whatever this fear is trying to protect you from. For example, if it's trying to protect you, if one of your fears, we'll go with an easy example of, if you want to become healthier for this new year, your intention is maybe to eat healthier and to lose some weight. And how will this make you feel? This will make you feel energized. You will feel this sense of vitality. You'll feel really good in your body, good and clear in your mind. And so what could the fear be around obtaining this desire? Well, oftentimes there's this belief that if we have this, we are not going to be able to enjoy life. We're going to be restricted. And there's all these restrictions around this. That could just be a limiting belief that you have, and you don't want to feel restricted. So then this last step would be to look at, how can I have both? How can I be free? How can I enjoy life and still feel healthy and amazing within my own body? And so you can look for examples within your life, look for examples of people that have both, and begin to look for this in your external reality. Look for the foods that you really love that also make you feel good, and say, oh, I can have both, and begin to retrain your mind. And anytime this belief comes up, you can begin to work with it, because our blocks are actually the way. We just need to learn how to work with them, to ask them the questions, and begin to rewire, begin to plant these new seeds. So this is what we're going to do. We always need to do it with this compassionate awareness. So instead of resisting and pushing down the things we don't want to feel, we're going to complete allowance of everything, acceptance of all of our feelings. Everything is valid. Everything has its purpose, and beginning to look at it from this lens of, like, we're not so in it. This is what breathwork helps us to do. It helps us to take this step back and look at it from this new perspective, where we're able to gain this clarity, gain this insight, and then begin to take this inspired action. So this is what we're going to move through today, is this visioning practice on just first gaining clarity on what it is you want and how it is that you want to feel every single day, and creating that feeling from within. So I'm going to move into the the breath work phase of this journey. We'll begin with a meditation first, and then we'll just move into one round of breath work. So we're going to prime our bodies, building up every single day. So today, we're just going to do one round of breath work. Tomorrow, we will do 2 rounds. And then on day 3, we'll do a full 3 rounds of breath work. And for those of you that are new and have never tried the technique that we're gonna be using over these 3 days, it's called Soma Breath, and it is a great tool for working on the subconscious mind. So I'm going to explain on how to do this style of breath work. It's very simple, and you're guided throughout the whole journey. So don't think you need to remember everything that I'm saying now, but I just like to explain it in advance, so your thinking mind can kind of turn off for a little bit and kind of know the stages and how it progresses. So just to break it down into 3 simple steps, the first step is just a smooth rhythmical breath. So you're breathing in through the nose and letting go through the mouth. On every inhale, you're filling your lungs completely. So drawing the breath deep down into the abdomen or the lower belly, and then it rises up through the chest like a wave, and you let go through the mouth. So to know you're breathing in the right place, you can place one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart, breathing fully in, feeling that hand on the belly rise first, expanding the lungs, and exhale, letting go. So, the music will keep this smooth and steady rhythm for you. So nothing to think about. You don't need to count or anything. You just need to follow the rhythm within the music, and just trying to make the breath as smooth and fluid as possible, eliminating the pause between the inhale and the exhale. So it's this connected breath. Then you'll be guided to take a full deep breath in and empty the lungs completely. Forceful exhale out. So this looks like this. And you want to hold here. So holding with no air in the lungs and completely relaxing both the body, relaxing the mind, and just drop into the space of awareness, becoming aware of any sensations arising, just observing. And then you'll get this first urge to breathe. This first urge to breathe is actually coming from your reptilian brain. This is this fear response that is being triggered. It's the part of the brain that's always trying to keep you alive, and what's triggers are rational and irrational fear responses. And so as we can become the observer of this fear response and actually go beyond the comfort zone, we're actually retraining our mind to do this outside of the meditation, to become aware of when this fear response is triggered. And so you want to go a little bit beyond the comfort zone, beyond whatever is comfortable and for you and for your lungs. And when you feel you can't hold anymore, take a small sip of air in and back out, emptying the lungs completely. So again, holding in the space of no air in the lungs. So we're all at different capacities. We'll all be able to hold for different amounts of time. So just listening to your body. Maybe you won't need to take a booster breath, a small sip of air, or maybe you'll need to take 2 or 3. Whatever feels good for you, knowing that the longer you practice this method, the easier it will become to hold your breath. And this has many physical benefits as well, which I'm not going to dive into today, but we go into in more detail in our course on how to use breath for overall longevity and health and wellness. But you will, so until you are guided to take a full deep breath in. So you're holding with empty lungs, using the booster breath, and then you'll be guided to take a full deep inhale in, holding on the inhale, contracting the muscles of your mula bandha, or the muscles of your root. This is the area of your perineum, or very simply put, let's just say the muscles of your pelvic floor. And it's like you're drawing these, you're contracting these muscles and drawing them up. So it's like you're driving this energy up the spine, all the way to the crown of the head, where we will be directing this energy, and that will all be guided. and then you let go of the breath, and that is one round. So we're just going to do one round today. And as I said, we'll move up each day of this journey. So that is the series of events for the breathwork practice. And we're using this practice to help us to tune in with how it is that we want to feel. So using the practice as a tool to shift your state of being. So the breath is super amazing in the way that it can almost instantaneously shift our state. And it works on all layers, all aspects of our being: physical, mental, emotional. And they're also so interwoven. So breath is just this amazing tool that we have to really go deep into the depths of connecting to ourself, and really connecting to this place of inner wisdom within ourselves, and gaining clarity from this very open, expanded state of being. So we're going to dive into the journey now. This can be done seated or lying down, whatever feels best for you and your body. There's no right or wrong way to do this. And we'll get started in just a moment. Take a moment to set your space. Sit comfortably with your spine straight. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down, relaxing completely. Allow your eyes to gently close. Take a deep breath in and release. Continue breathing long and deep. Breathe in, feel the expansion. Breathe out, release. Breathe in, open, allow. Breathe out, let go. Continue breathing long and deep breaths. This meditation will support you in gaining clarity for what it is you truly want, and cultivating the feeling of having it right now, becoming a vibrational match for your desire as you turn on your inner magnetism. Breathe in, breathe out. In this state of open receptivity, contemplate these questions. What is one thing I am choosing to call into my life? What is my heart truly longing to experience? Breathe in, breathe out. Tuning in with your heart's deepest desire. How would this make you feel? Breathe in, breathe out. into the feelings that this vision creates for you. If you notice any resistance to this vision, breathe into it and let the resistance go with the exhale. As you continue to breathe long and deep, guide your thoughts towards images or experiences that represent what you truly want and how it is you want to feel. Breathe in, breathe out. Let your mind create images of a world and experiences that you want to see manifest in your life. Breathe in, breathe out. See yourself doing what you've been dreaming of. See yourself as the person you truly want to be, aligned, connected, inspired, a bright light in this world, pulled by this greater vision. With every breath, connect more with the feelings that are ignited by these images. Breathe into the feelings. Allow them to expand and grow. Feel your way into the experience. Breathing into the feelings of what you desire. Breathe in, breathe out. Let your mind wander as you explore this vision. What do you truly want? And what does it feel like to have it? Allow your heart to guide the way and fully step in. Going to move into the breathwork phase of the meditation, breathing life into this vision. Allow it to expand, to grow with each breath, allowing the music to be your guide as we find a smooth and steady rhythm with the breath. What is it that you truly want? Claim it now. Connect to this feeling with every breath. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. do it. Keep breathing, keep connecting, inviting in movement, allowing this energy to flow, to begin to radiate from your being. Just a few more breaths, keeping with this smooth and steady rhythm. Taking a full deep inhale in, squeeze, and release, emptying the lungs completely and holding here. With empty lungs, relaxing completely. And simply observe. Overriding that first sensation to breathe. Going beyond the comfort zone. This is where the growth happens. And when you feel you can't hold any longer, taking a small sip of air in and back out, holding with empty lungs. Relax, soften, observe. Full deep breath in through the nose, filling the lungs, contracting the muscles of your root as you rise this energy up the spine, sensing it like a pillar of light, moving up and up through the solar plexus, through the heart, through the throat, clearing this central channel all the way to the crown of the head. Feel yourself an emanation of this light, of this energy of creation. Tuning back in with this vision. Feel it, embody it, and letting go of the breath with a sigh. And letting go of this vision, releasing it up and up and up as you drop into this state of trust. Trust in the unfolding, the perfection of all that is. Feel every cell in your body as a vibrational match to what it is you want to call into your life. Carrying this energy, this high vibration with you into your day ahead. Open to the guidance, to the synchronicities that will come in to guide you along your path. Trusting and knowing that everything you need, everything you seek is within you. yourself to rest in the state of open receptivity. Remain open to the guidance that flows through. Open the way for the divine design of my life to manifest. I allow the genius, the infinite love and light within me now to be realized. Help me to see clearly the perfect plan. Guide me today and always, granting me the wisdom to see and feel your guidance and loving support. Take a deep breath into the heart. I am open and ready to receive.